Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to this very carefully. This PNM minister, Gadsby Dolly, went to the opening of a Hindu school funded with links to groups and Hindu organizations in India. And this school is a smart school, brilliant school, with laptops, with interconnectivity, with smart classrooms, smart boards, children with plugged in everything, eco-friendly school, conserving water, recycling, an amazing educational environment. They invited the Minister of Education of the PNM, who's in charge of the overall education system in Trinidad and Tobago, who has nothing to do with this actual school. And now listen to this minister as you see her perfect best friend from St. Augustine Girls High School, the woman who's in charge of refereeing elections in this country, but this is her best friend. You all find that's independent, you all find that's fair, but don't worry, Irfan Ali in Guyana called a commission of inquiry headed by former Justice Stanley John for NASA's scope. I hope when they go over there and people start to call your name, you could stay there and skin and grin with your friend Gadsby Dolly. Now I'm going to read for you what this Minister of Education, this lady, who has overseen the worst performance at every level over the last 3 years, whether it's SCA, whether it's CAPE, CSEC, whatever it is. Enrollment in university has gone down from 59,000 to 21,000. The results, we are being obliterated. Our children are dropping out. Some children cannot even be found. The school system is in a mess. More schools didn't open than ever before in the last 20 years. This lady who's skinning and grinning, she in charge of that, right? Our children, our school children are fighting like them just escape, right? Only fight and knife and stab and beat and kick and crush skull. This lady here. But she goes to a school that she has absolutely nothing to do with. No, gives no funding, no assistance, no ideas. And hear what this lady is saying. At the ceremony of the Chimaya Vidya St. Tulsidas campus in Couva on Thursday, the campus can accommodate 800 full-time primary and secondary school students. Each classroom is outfitted with 75-inch interactive smart digital board, which replaces the traditional chalkboard. The campus also seeks to be an eco-friendly environment through features such as natural lighting, natural airflow, solar-lit areas, water conservation, and recycling initiatives. Gadsby Dolly expressed her satisfaction. She said, "It is really a wonderful thing to see the progress of a school and see the progress of education. This facility is a beacon," said Gadsby Dolly. She said that technology was important to reach the students that we must reach in order for us to progress as a nation. Gadsby Dolly said, "The government does not play a role in the operations of private schools, but Gadsby Dolly said its role is to ensure there is equity of educational opportunity for all the children." So after she big up the whole school and so on, she admit she had nothing to do with that. Then when she realizes that the school is amazing, she says that it's important that all children have equity and fairness, but all the schools that she's in charge of, children have no interconnectivity, no laptops, no smart board, no safety, bullet ringing out, no school open. When they reach into school, they might crash in a bus. They have less school feeding, teachers not getting paid, disrespected, no extra homework, no social service, no guidance counselors, the toilets in a mess, the school in a mess. They cut pan in school, they cut sport funding, no extracurricular, and she in charge of all of the failing institutions, but has the audacity to go to something that somebody do privately and big it up and say, "Yes man, all you did well." Well, the next word should have been, whoever did that should be the Minister of Education, so that all of my children across the board, whether you're from Shagaramas, Karanaj, whether you're from Barataria, St. Joseph, whether you're from Mount Dor into Maloney, whether you're from Dabadi, Omira, into Arima, into Kumutu, Manzanilla, into Matlot, down into Mayaro, Manzanilla, if you're in Labre, in Point Fortin, if you're in the middle, in Couva, in Barrackport, Princestown, that all children should have the laptops, the interconnectivity, the smart board, the eco-friendly, the conservation, the brilliant airflow. All children should have that. They do not, because of you, skin teeth. Because of you. You have no shame. All you put a new meaning to brass face. They had to get a new definition because brass too soft for what all you is. And then actually this lady come to tell other parents, to tell people, don't be ashamed of their children. This, I can't make this up. Anil cannot make up this. Look, this is Gadsby Dolly. The lady want no shame in the cabinet, a man in the ministers fighting for she and arguing, right? But she, who has overseen the worst time, the worst period in education in our history, pre-colonial and post-independence, she is the worst. But here she, Dolly, tells parents, don't be ashamed to seek help for underperforming students. Well, Dolly, you and your cabinet, take your advice, because y'all shouldn't be ashamed. Seek help for your incompetence. Resign and let the UNC come and put Tim Gopi Singh and Lakram Bodo and people with intelligence inside of there. Come and let the UNC take over. Don't feel ashamed. Or you ain't good. You're not bright. You have no clue. You're about 10 years behind Kamla and Tim, as we showed you all last week. You're now trying to give out a few laptops that companies give all you and all kind of thing. When you shut down the program, you shut down GATE, you shut down MIC, NESC, you cut funding across the board, you even cut food in children's mouth, you cut textbook, and you standing there only changing bundles upon bundles. You have no shame. So what I would like to suggest to y'all, you, and this one could go there because she has no shame either. The one thing the PNM is perfect at, the experts, best in the world, is having no shame. Because you could have a minister of health oversee 4,200 deaths and shout out, we're number one in the world, when people dead in left, right, and center and the entire country collapse. You could have a man who was Attorney General, lost 31 out of 31 cases and still wearing tight suit and talking arrogantly. One thing PNM have is no shame. So here what we're going to do. Rather than the 10 million you put for remedial 4-week classes for 9,000 children and only 2,100 show up, all you take the 10 million. Take the 10 million and go in Balize House and tell all the parents come to Balize House for 4 weeks and learn how to have no shame. Because that's all you could teach. Because PNM had no shame whatsoever. You all are such a disgrace, it's not funny.